All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys know what time it is. We're going to be talking about everything XRP. If you're enjoying these updates, smash that like button, and of course, welcome to everyone that is, subscribing and joining the Crypto ZX army. Appreciate you guys as always. But if you did watch the earlier update, and I'm sure if you are within the XRP community, you guys know what happened earlier. Thursday we heard from Grayscale that they're launching the XRP trust, and again that had a really positive impact on the price of XRP, going up about 8 to 9%. Some people are going to come and think that is not a big deal, but that is a really big deal. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that that really shows you the landscape is once again shifting. But let's take a look at what's really happening. We got a lot to discuss. Before I do that though, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So BlackRock's Jay Jacobs shared company support for Bitcoin in the past. So BlackRock's head of thematic and active ETFs, Jay Jacobs, painted a similar picture back in June about how vital Bitcoin is to the future of finance. Jacob said the digital asset industry is blowing up, and investors have loved the IBIT ETF since its launch. Bitcoin is a nascent asset, and it's only 1/10 of the size of the gold market, Jacob said back in June. Therefore, it of course has high volatility and behaves a bit differently than stocks and bonds. And again, I can make an argument about that, not about bonds, but specifically about the stock market, because if you look at some of these stocks, they're sometimes more volatile than the digital industry, which again is the crypto markets. And if I'm sure if you are part of the traditional market as well, you can kind of see what I'm referring to. So I don't completely agree with that specific statement. A lot of investors look at its potential hedge against geopolitical and monetary risks. Other investors look at it as a way to play future adoption of blockchain technology. In either case, investors must take a measured approach to Bitcoin, considering both risk and potential returns of the asset. And I could not agree more. Risk is associated with anything, and with crypto, obviously, as I always say, you need to do your due diligence. But speaking about, play future of blockchain technology, people think about this as, the .com, like early, the early web days. Obviously, if you're on the younger side, you guys might not be familiar with that. Even myself, I don't really know what happened back then. But of course, I was alive, but I was very little. But people think about this boom as that boom that we did see back then, the internet boom. And the future adoption of blockchain. This is where XRP comes into play. Look what XRP is doing. We hear the word real world use case on a day-to-day basis. And again, shout out to my OGs. You guys know how crazy that statement has been over the course of the last few years. People used to talk about the real world use case, and now this is actually happening. People are really starting to understand what really is blockchain technology. And speaking about BlackRock, you can see this for yourself. We know Larry Fink has not stepped away from the media talking about tokenization. You can see the next step is the tokenization of financial assets. And they're obviously going to be looking for, platforms where they can tokenize. And this is where, again, obviously it's not confirmed, but this is where XRP Ledger shines at its core peak. Of course, a few years back, people can come out and say, why didn't it get to that level before? It's been in the industry for quite some time. But let me tell you, it takes time. It takes time for these traditional, companies to really see the bigger picture and actually evaluate and actually see that, hold on, we actually need to accept that, this technology is here to stay. The old technology is behind. And this is where, the cross-border payment portion, comes into play. And this is where XRP Ledger can shine, as well as, of course, tokenization. I think there's not a better platform if you do your due diligence and research and really understand, how, well it's built. It's not only depending on one currency. It could be dependent on multiple currencies. So, in terms of investors buying and selling, it's just a seamless process. And this is where, the crazy, excitement part comes into play. Of course, we don't talk about crazy price predictions on this channel, but really want you guys to understand how the landscape is really changing right now in front of us. So going further, speaking about financial crisis, You can see. Oh, actually, let's go back to this real quick. I have to show you guys something. So, BlackRock believes that the interest in cryptocurrency sector will grow, especially as the new alternatives for the dollar and investing becomes more popular. And again, speaking about the dollar, if you guys follow the channel, you guys know, there's a lot of strain on the dollar. A lot of people are worried whether the dollar is going to crash or not. You're seeing gold. Remember, the gold and U.S. dollar has a negative correlation. So, right now, gold has hit an all-time high. So, could this really bring more uncertainty towards the dollar, and investors start looking for other options? And speaking about other options, remember the FOMC meeting is coming up, potential rate cut, and again, could that really be the triggering impact towards the crypto markets? And we could see a phase two occurring for the traditional. I wouldn't really say traditional because stocks actually have been booming. I'm not gonna lie. If you've been following, stocks have been booming. Even crypto has boomed quite a bit, but obviously in the last, I would say, pretty much since April. So May, June, July, August, I would say the last 4.5 months have been kind of sideways. We have seen a few fake outs, but obviously never managed to break towards an all-time high. And I think that could end up changing soon. Obviously, if we were to see that rate cut, I think that could really be a triggering impact towards Bitcoin. But speaking about, the all-time high, you can see I asked you guys, the community members, can Bitcoin hit a new all-time high before the election? 1,800 votes have come in, and you can see 60% think that yes, it can. Going further, shout out to Smoke. Crazy research, like literally absolutely insane. You can see. Now, time for some serious dot connecting. So, after the 2008 financial crisis, there was a call for both a super sovereign currency and a new approach to the interbank cross-border transfers. Hint, hint. This stemmed from the need to stabilize global financial systems and reduce reliance on one single national currency, particularly the US dollar in international transactions. Ripple has been uniquely documented as a potential solution to these issues, with its technology being proposed as the new cross-border transfer system. Furthermore, XRP has been identified within documents as a super sovereign currency, a digital asset that could operate across borders without being tied to economic stability or monetary policy of any single nation. A very good thread. Shout out to Smoke for bringing some quality information. And if you have not followed Smoke, what are you waiting for? I would strongly encourage you to do so. But anyhow, as far as the price is concerned, you are seeing dominance picking up traction. And again, you guys know the importance of the dominance index. Bitcoin, on the other hand, actually made its way back above the 23.6. We actually saw a daily close. So we spoke about this in my last update, that it's really important to see the price of Bitcoin close in the 23.6, and we actually saw that happening. We saw Bitcoin closing in the 23.6, and it's actually still in that going into Friday morning. And obviously that is really nice to see. As far as the price of XRP is concerned, we know that it had that retest above that key resistance pretty much since August 27th. We haven't really seen the price above that key resistance. We went above there, never managed to stay above there. But could this wick fill? Usually, if you do technical analysis, if you've been in the space for quite some time, sometimes these wicks fill. So could this wick actually end up filling in the next a day or so? And obviously that is going to be really interesting to see. But really goes to show, even though the appeal situation is something that a lot of people are worried about, this tells you that money is on the sideline. The fact that XRP went up 9% in a snap after Grayscale announced a trust speaks for itself. But let me know down below what you guys think. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. We'll see you tomorrow. It's been Crypto ZX, and peace out.